I feel like I linger.
Welcome back to the Ls1 YouTube channel. This is the WOLFMARO. Just recently had the turbo kit done by yours truly over there at Lost Wages Racing. Follow him on Facebook. I'll put his link down in the bio. He knocked this turbo kit out. So what we have here, we got a 96 88 millimeter Borg Warner turbo. I got a 2.5 inch hot side coming off the headers, 3.5 inch cold side going into the intercooler that's hidden behind the bumper. Also, I got a 5 inch bumper exit. You know I gotta have the teardrop. I don't have the bumper fully secured at this moment because it was a lot of taking on and off. So don't be judging my body lines, but it's coming together slowly but surely. My plans are I'm gonna order me a Holly because I still haven't ordered a Holly yet. I'm gonna ditch all this factory wiring because it looks like crap. I'm gonna rewire my brake master cylinder. I'm thought about doing a brake booster delete, but I've been hearing mixed things about the how the brakes react to you braking. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that yet. For the ones that don't know, the ones that's new to the channel, this is a stock bottom end Ls1, has a turbo cam because I originally built this car to do a turbo build, but I didn't know if it was going to be in my budget to do a turbo build this soon. But my friend over at Lost Wages Racing kind of convinced me to go ahead on and turbo the car, so that's what we're doing. So I haven't heard the car run in person yet. I only seen that video that I posted on YouTube and my Facebook channel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in the turbo because I don't have anything plumbed yet. Like I don't have any of my radiator hoses plumbed. I don't have my CO2 lines plumbed for the wastegates. Speaking of wastegates, he took my wastegates down here, like low under the bar. Can you see them over here? I got two wastegates here. One of them is a VS Racing and one of them is a Summit Racing wastegate. But nobody will never know unless I tell them. And then I got a VS Racing blow-off valve here at the front. I thought about putting a supercharger blow-off valve on here, big red blow-off valve. We did solid mounts on everything. There's no rubber bushes on this turbo kit whatsoever. Everything is fully customized. You're not gonna find another one like this unless you build it. You're not gonna buy one. We got these right here are, I think, Evil Energy clamps. Evil Energy makes some good clamps. My headers, they came from Amazon, but we did have to modify them to make them work. So what he did, he cut the flange off of this header on this side here to clear the alternator because he wanted to run the pipes low and tuck underneath the motor. That way we have room inside the engine bay. We're not just taking up real estate that don't need to be taken up. I've looked at other turbo kits and they don't look as good as this one. This right here is probably one of the nicest turbo kits that you will see. I think it's better than the Huron Speed kit. My target is, if I can make 1,000 horsepower, not with this setup, but if I can make 1,000 horsepower with a different block, I'd be happy. But my goals for right now is to make about 700. I'm not really trying to blow this motor up. I'm trying to keep it safe, starting out anyway. Until at least I can get me another motor. once I get me another motor, then I'll turn her up. But yeah, so I got big plans. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to snatch this engine out. I'm going to take the turbo kit back off. I'm going to sand the engine bay down. I'm going to repaint it. I'm undecisive if I'm going to paint the engine bay black or if I'm going to paint the engine bay white. I don't know yet. I think I'm going to paint it white. I think it'll look better. And all of my red accents, all that's going to get deleted. I'm going to paint all that either black or gray. I'm going to repaint the block. Probably paint the block maybe like a gray, like a satin gray color, just to try to clean everything up. Like I said, there ain't gonna be no more of these wires. Brake line's gonna be moved, tucked back. Stock computer, I'm gonna get rid of it. Also, with the Holly, I wanna do the bulkhead connector. So I wanna make my life easy. So whenever I do engine swaps, all I gotta do is unplug. So instead of just running like a passageway through the firewall, I don't wanna hose my firewall. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wire my own bulkhead connector. I seen it, I think Maven sells the bulkhead connector that I wanna use. I think it's like a 29 pin, so that's what I'm going to use. That way, whenever I got to drop the engine, I can just unplug the bulkhead, take the radiator hoses and stuff like that off, drop the engine out the bottom, disconnect the transmission lines. My trans cooler is currently in the back right now, but I think I'm going to move it underneath the car right beside the transmission. I couldn't put it there before because I had my headers there. Now I got that open real estate, so I'll probably mount it there. All right, so take you on the interior. So as of right now, I have 2 Kirkies. I'm open this door so you can see. You can come around this side, see a little bit better. As of right now, I got 2 Kirkies. They're a little janky. I've never had the covers off, so y'all never seen them, but these seats here actually came out of a dirt track car, and they modified the seats. You can see right here how they kind of like folded them, stood them up. So I'm getting rid of these seats. I actually ordered me some new Kirkies. Well, I've got 1 new Kirkie as of right now. I'm going to replace these with some newer seats, and they got the padding on. These seats here don't have any padding at the bottom, so they're very uncomfortable. I'm also going to add to my cage. So right now it's like a 8-point cage. It's only like the hoop, but I'm going to have the halo bar added in here. That's going to tie into the main hoop. I'm going to have the halo bar, and then I'm going to have the pillar bars, and I'm going to tie it into my door bars. And I think I might put X braces in the doors. I'm not sure. I don't know yet. And I want to put an X brace inside of my rear kicker bars in the back. And maybe an X brace going from this side of the cage to the other side, just to make it a little bit more rigid, safer for me. I know this ain't going to be the fastest car, but I'm all about safety. Safety first. As far as the back, so right now, I did have my battery mounted. I made these like brackets, and they kind of like mounted over here off to the side, but it was very unsafe. So let's just say if I did get to an accident at the racetrack, that battery come slinging forward, it would have knocked me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be a little bit more proactive instead of reactive this year. So I'm going to order me a brand new battery. I think it's a billet battery mount. I'm going to mount it here in the tub or in the floor. That way, in case of an accident, I'm safe. I don't have to worry about the battery coming up front. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I'm gonna put all my factory interior back in. I think I'm gonna put a radio back in here. I'm gonna put sound deadening, and I'm gonna put heat shield on the firewall on the inside. Yeah, I'm gonna make this. It's gonna be a real deal street car. I don't want it to be race carred out no more. I want to be able to take my girl to Chick-fil-A, and we can just maybe get on 2-step and drive through. Cause I feel like once I get this thing running like it's supposed to, I'm gonna be getting on 2-step at the stoplights and the drive-throughs, and my son's school pickup line. Wherever I am, I'm gonna be doing 2-step. They're gonna know I'm there for sure. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna fire the car up. This is gonna be my first time hearing the car running in person, so I'm kind of excited. So yeah, let's get into the fun part. Full disclaimer, so if I crank this thing up and it's smoking, don't pay it no mind. For one, I don't have my dipstick inside the motor, so it's gonna smoke, probably smoke from there. And also, I just put oil inside the turbo, and it kind of leaked down between the hot side and the cold side. So yeah, if y'all see smoke, that's what it is. It's just oil. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this charge pipe off, because this car it's not tuned for a turbo right now. It's tuned for nitrous, so it might not run right. So I'm going to take the charge pipe off. I'm going to fire it up. And yeah, the rest is history. But I'm not going to idle it long, because I don't have no cooling system on here right now, and also I don't have an oil feed. I don't want to mess my turbo up. It costs too much money. Be tearing stuff up. All right, hook this battery up. I'm gonna fire it up. I don't know how it's gonna run. I don't know if it's gonna surge. If it surges, it's just probably the tune. All right, here goes nothing. All right, it's definitely weird hearing this come out of the bumper. I'm so used to it being so loud in the car. You can't really hear the turbo on that side. Like, I feel like if I let the windows up, I won't be able to hardly hear it. But it sounds pretty good. What you think? Think it sounds good?
It sounds hefty.
It's different. It's very different. I'm not used to it. It's gonna take some time for me to get used to it. I gotta turn my lights off. My lights aren't automatic anymore. They used to be. Quick rundown. What I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna do the fuel system. I gotta do a fuel pump, which I thought about doing like a Most Plus. I think it's a Most Plus, or I think it's Most Plus. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do a Magna fuel system. I think 750 pump. They say it's rated for well over 1,000. I think even 2,000. That'd be plenty enough for me. Correct me if I'm wrong. I got to do injectors. I probably do Bosch 210s. Right now it has some FICs 650 cc. So even on nitrous, they were maxed out, or almost maxed out, especially on the E85 since it burns a lot faster. I'm also going to do some fuel rails. So that's another thing I really need help with. I don't know what fuel rails I want to run on here. So I'm trying to keep stock intake because I see people make a lot of power with these stock intakes. But I want to upgrade my fuel rail because these factory fuel rails aren't going to cut it. It's not going to flow as much fuel as I need. So if y'all have any recommendations, comment down below. Also, fuel line. I'm going to put a new fuel lines in. I'm probably going to do AN lines running all the way to the tank. Also, I need to do a sump. That way I can pull from the bottom of the tank and I can run my 8 AN fittings. I think it said 8 AN coming in and then a 10 AN return going to the tank. So that's for the fuel system. That's my plans for that. As far as the Holley, going to do a Holley terminator. That's pretty straightforward. Add the cage. I was gonna do the cowl delete, so that's my next thing. This gonna be the last thing I touch on. So I was gonna do the cowl delete on my car, but then after I was talking to one of my friends, Deshaun, as a matter of fact, he was like, "Hey man, if you do the cowl delete, you know you're gonna have to get another hood." I didn't think that far ahead. I'm just so quick to do things, I don't really think about like the long term. Like, what am I have to do? So I want to try to keep this factory or stock style hood. I don't really want to go with no crazy aftermarket race style hood because it's a street car, man. I don't want it to be race carred out. A lot of people may say it's race car out. I had a few comments on Facebook of them saying this is a full-blown race car, but it's not a full-blown race car. It's just, I like my stuff to be easy to work on, because I have to work on this stuff. If someone else was working on it, I wouldn't care. I would have kept the front end on, all that. But since I'm working on it, I want it to be very easy. Now, this video is probably spiraling out of control, but yeah. But I'm gonna keep the cowl. I'm not gonna delete the cowl for right now anyway. I really see no need to delete the cowl other than if I was trying to pull like a cylinder head off. But I still feel like I can get the cylinder head off inside the engine bay without deleting the cowl. It's just, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, WOLFMARO. So y'all comment down below what y'all think. No more nitrous for me. No more. I'm gonna screw up talking about nitrous. I was never really a nitrous guy. I always knew I'd be a turbo guy. Kurt, I'm bringing this bumper to you so you can repaint it, because I set it out at my friend's house. I set my bumper out at Matt's house and the wind caught it and it just destroyed my bumper. So I got to get that repainted. It was chipping off anyway, so it was about that time to upgrade. But other than that, I mean, the paint looks pretty good. Which we're not here for that. I mean, it's not a fashion show, but you know, you get it. Yeah, but I'm ready. I'm ready. So y'all stay tuned. I'm probably gonna be uploading some videos upcoming weeks. This is just a quick video. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all make sure y'all comment, like, share, and subscribe. Just subscribe. Hey, shout out to all y'all that subscribe, all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I think I gained like 30 subscribers from the last video. I did it as like a joke, telling y'all, all right, y'all go ahead and subscribe, but y'all did it, so I appreciate it. I'm at 617 right now as this video, before this video goes up. So if you can get me to at least 630, I'll be happy. Let's get it.